Well. Let me say good morning to the entire trial. And this morning, how was everybody doing? How was your weekend? Hope you had a great one. What could I say about my weekend? Well, was a pretty busy one for me. So I won't consider it a great weekend for me. Did get a lot accomplished though in that aspect of stuff. Get a lot accomplished over the weekend, but it was kind of hectic. I could say for the least. Once again, welcome to one and all, especially via GBN TV. Those of you who are viewing, let me say good Monday morning. It's the 29th day of August 2022. Just a couple more days and we'll wrap this particular month up, the month of August. What a kind of month, eh? Yeah, kind of month. Then we're getting into the month of September. And I like to consider the best month of the year. Some folks may take that to task for some reason or the other, but my reasons why. Let me say good morning to those of you who are viewing via our social media platform, Facebook, those of you also via our YouTube channel. Let me say good morning those of you via gbn.gd, that's the station's web page. Let me say good morning to you and welcome to another edition of To The Point for today, Monday, the 29th day of August. Hey, GT in your company this morning. I'm going to be around with you until it's 10 a.m. this morning. Yes, last week we had to cut a little bit earlier from time to time, and reasons being that we had the, of course, the 60s. Yes, that was the T10 games that wrapped up. Was it yesterday that wrapped up? I don't have the results for you. As I said, I couldn't pay much attention to all of the details of it over the weekend. Pretty busy weekend for me. But we're taking your calls. It's open line today, which means we're taking your phone calls. You probably have some views, some concerns about stuff that happened over the weekend. I've been hearing a lot of stuff happening over the weekend, and you probably want to chime in on it some way or the other. And your phone calls will certainly be welcomed. 435-2041, 435-2041. You know the usual. I ask you to keep your comments a bit short. Allow other folks to chime in from time to time. I do get those calls after the program wrap up, and say, I've been trying to get in because I had this point or two to make, and sometimes folks stay a little longer than they sometimes that they should stay. We permit at times depending on the contribution that individual is making. So let's go to the phone line and take our very first caller for this morning. Let's say good morning to you. How are you this morning, sir? Good morning.
Good morning, Ahmad. How was your weekend?
Weekend was, I said, not too great for me. Did have a lot accomplished, but pretty busy, I would say. Pretty busy.
Well, thank you. Yes. Listen to me. I have a little problem where I live. I live in Mount Hartman, Grand Anse. And is it possible for GBN to come along and take some photos? I'm just trying to find out in my land. I have some neighbors, husband and wife, and they give me a lot of misery in my place here. All the garbage that they cut in the land, they throw it into my land. If the dog does, they pick it up with a spade and they throw it in my land. Everything that in the land is no good.
Did you try speaking to the police pertaining to it or someone in authority?
I spoke to them twice to ask them to remove it. I called the police and everything, and they still will not move it. So what I'm thinking now, I'm asking if it's possible for GBN to come down here and take a photo of the thing. They turn it into a real bush issue.
All right.
Where you dump all your garbage. And they're not small people, they are two big people. They are in the 60s and 65 and going up. And one's a former teacher in the Cadiz school, which is a principal. And they're old enough. And the husband is somebody who was in the NDC as an ambassador. And I would have thought that they would have more sense than that, but they're really stressing me out.
Okay.
And I don't know what to do again. Maybe the other step is to take them to court.
Well, you may have to go the legal way for some reason or the other, probably to the police or, have some way of dealing with that if it's becoming a nuisance to you, sir. All right. Thanks for your contribution this morning. Hope that gets resolved sooner or later. All right. I'm not sure what like GBN TV coming there, what difference it may make. For now, I'm just thinking off the back of it. Not sure why it's being there, if it's going to make any difference at all. But you should probably go to the authorities and reporting and see if you can have that issue solved. Good morning to you, caller. How are you? Good Monday morning. Good Monday morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to say thanks to whoever cut the St. and Maurice Bishop Highway. The center of the road there was very bushy.
All right.
And I body sense and cut it, and I just want to say thank you.
All right. Thank you so much there, caller. A little bit noisy in your background, but we still got to hear what you were saying. 435-2041, 435-2041. Good Monday morning. It's to the point. We're taking your phone calls. Yes, give us a call. Tell us about your weekend. Tell us about the good stuff. We just had someone call and stated about that bush situation on the Morris Bishop Highway and Gully Cut. So something positive happened along the line for her over the weekend. For say it did happen, and she's happy that has been taken care of. We know there's the bushing program on and so forth. So I guess all of that may have played off into that also. And let's say good morning to the drivers of the nation roads. Don't forget that you hump in the Khalees area. Look out for it. And suddenly, I hope most time the humps are put on the roads to help in slowing the traffic down. But sometimes we do hear drivers complaining a wee bit when it comes to humps. And I think I've been hearing one speaking to the traffic department pertaining to that. I said it usually when humps are put in particular areas is when the residents are requested. I think that's one of the reasons why residents do request that humps be put in certain areas, and I guess the police and the Ministry of Works, of course, comply by doing so. Good morning to the caller. Good morning to you.
Hi, GT. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Sometimes I just wonder if drivers, when it's raining and they're driving, if they think it's sunshine that's falling on the ground and having the roads wet, sometimes they drive with so much so inconsiderate. It's like they're not focusing, like they're not thinking about the people on the sidewalk. This morning I had to say, like, cows walking on the sidewalk and the drivers just driving through and wet them up. PAX 203 wet me this morning walking in True Blue. And the bad thing about it is they just drive off.
Just drove off.
Because every day sunshine in Grenada. There's so many little potholes inside here. They want to tell me, even if you can't see that they're full on overflowing, you see the pedestrians standing. Slow down. Just turn to the other side.
Drivers could be a little bit inconsiderate sometimes. I know. I know.
But what I think is that there should be something in place for people like them. Right? Suppose I am a person that have very sensitive skin and this dirty water splashing me.
I agree.
I have to medicate myself. I have to doctorate myself, and they are free. You understand? They need something needs to be done about these people and the way they think when they're driving. They must know that the roads are not for them alone. Okay?
I agree with you, caller.
I saw a guy pick up a stone this morning and he said, any one of them with me, I swear, I said, brother, I agree with you too, but I wouldn't do it. I would just think about it.
That's a little drastic though, but
you understand?
I understand. Okay, cool. Have a good morning. All right. So they do understand that, I mean, a driver myself. Sometimes I do look out for the pedestrians walking, because sometimes you can see what if I go at a particular speed, I know the vehicle going to splash that water on someone. So sometimes you slow or you stop entirely, let the person pass, and then you continue as a driver moving on. But sometimes there are drivers who could care less. You understand? Sometimes there are drivers who certainly just care less who's on who the pedestrian or where they at, in the proximity of the water and stuff. I understand that a whole lot. We missed that call today. 435-2041, 435-2041. We're taking your phone calls this morning. It's to the point. It's open line, which means you have the option of calling in, share your views, your concerns pertaining to an issue that you want to get out to the public this morning, or probably want to say something to the authorities that just may be the only means that you could actually get it, or maybe get some results from it. Well, good morning to you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Is this Mr. Cado?
No, it's not. This is GBN to the point, sir. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. I want to say something. Can I say something?
You are live. You are live on radio. Go right ahead. It's to the point. It's an open line today. You can say.
First of all, Mr. Cado, I want to compliment you all for pushing pan. When I say that you played a lot of pan music around the carnival time, I think you all is the only station on Labby 1 FM or something like that has been making the voice of pan being heard. I want to congratulate you on that. The second thing I want to say, that Juve morning, I want to just share a few points. Juve morning, let it remain there. Around Canteen, around Lagoon Road, that's it. Pretty much, well, I call it the panty mass now. They should start from SSU camp to by the roundabout in Sugar Mill. So by the time they reach there, all of them tired and they have the space. They have no building to dirty.
Right.
I mean, they go and pee by and do this. This is where people live in, so people will protect the property. On the carnage, you need to have steel bands, traditional masks, Monday evening, and that and a few string band, 3 locations at the carnage. That is how you need to have that carnival spread out. Because people have been saying that to see Monday morning mass and it don't come over until 2 and 3 o'clock. And sometimes they don't reach to the carnage. What people come in today, they did water carnage. Just to sit down and watch the water, put some ban. And this advice is for the carnival committee. 2, 3, added to that, it has 4 people in Grenada who will mash up that battle. You see how they move out Queen Show? And you see how they secretly move out, trying to justify the point with Soca Monarch? Not Soca Monarch and B. Marchgra. That is a plot by 4 men for business-wise. Carnival committee need to take over Carnival. The week of Carnival, that is should be for the Carnival committee. Push everything one week backward. It have a lot of people, actually 3,000 people here a month before Carnival. This white and them in the moonlight, in the blight in the moonlight could go ahead. And the 4 people is, that 4 people head is in one, and I know which camp they're coming from.
All right.
Judah, Wagati, Limrod, and Aligil. 4 of them going to match up Carnival for people in Grenada. All they interested in is to move all them shows one by one and have different shows and call it all kind of name. And that is what they're secretly doing. Carnival is on the way overboard if the Carnival committee don't take the charge of Carnival, because this guy going to make Carnival go down the drain. They need to move him. Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution this morning, caller. And sometimes you could refrain from calling individuals names. Yeah, that could lead to issues beyond our control at times. 435-2041, 435-2041. And looking at some of the comments via our Facebook page this morning, and individuals are saying via the comment section, sometimes you could take numbers of the number plates reported to the police. I guess that's pertaining to the caller who called about the driver who splashed, but she did give the number this morning for the plate of that particular vehicle who splashed or almost splashed. And she's saying someone even went a little further by picking up a stone, which I don't recommend. I certainly don't recommend you do that. I understand you may not be happy about a driver passing and splashing water on you, but taking up a stone and maybe you may get to the point where you want to use it. I certainly would not entertain you getting violent at all. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Doing okay.
Okay, my gripe is all the little boots they building around Grenada without no looks. I want the government to put something in place that the people could build something looking nice. Because you're building something, tourists coming in Grenada, and those things what they're building is not so traditional. Look, Port Highway, coming to Lagoon Road, and all other places in Grenada. When the guy in Port Louis wanted to build right around Port Louis by Foodland come around there, they stop him from building. They say he cannot build nothing around there. But look what those people coming and build now. Right? They stop him and say he couldn't build what he wanted to build. He cannot build around those areas. But then they're allowing people to build little shops or so. Directly what they should do, they should put together that planning division, see what they're building for. And electricity, don't give them current if it's not suitable.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That should be happening in Grenada.
But isn't there some license also if you're going to be selling products to people and stuff like that, and offering a service per se? There's some licensing that's supposed to be go through for that in terms of folks just getting in and just setting stuff up?
I guess so.
Anyway, thank you for your contribution this morning, caller. 435-2041, 435-2041. And we have someone making a comment via Facebook saying, I don't like the idea of speed bumps all over the place. It slows down the speed of drivers. And winning the excuse me, kind of missing that word coming there, and the ambulance and trucks are losing. I'm not sure the context of where it's going with the statement though. Let's go back to the phone line. Take another caller. Caller, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I just want to make one comment concerning the Port Highway.
Go right ahead.
Especially by where just almost to the gate. I mean, there always a lot of double parking there and causing the traffic to be so much congestion. I would like the authorities to really look into that.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't blame the Port Highway alone. It's all over Grenada, caller. You know, folks are double parking all over Grenada.
Yeah, but that is in front, right, almost by the Port Highway to get into the port. And, I mean, it's always like a one-way traffic.
I understand that. Totally. All right. 435-2041, we're taking your calls. I certainly understand what the caller is complaining about. That, and it's bad to be for it being there, for say, on the Port Highway. But, all over Grenada, everyone just park everywhere. We had a conversation about that the week before. We did talk about that, where folks just park anywhere. I'm going there, so I'm going to just stop right there, paying little or no attention to the obstruction that you're going to be causing if you stop there. You understand? Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead with your
every one of us are complaining, but we are not doing the right thing. For example, if we were to take the Port Highway, somebody is responsible for the traffic around the Port Highway. If somebody, whether it be the policeman or a special person or special persons, they have a right to regulate what's happening around the Port Highway. When I say that, I find we have too many old boats around the port. In fact, I am a driver, more than a driver too, because I could do different things. I'm a versatile man. When you cannot pass, and yet maybe we have officers right on the port, around the port, and yet they don't come in to regulate the traffic. So the best thing is get rid of most of these little shacks on the side there. That's ISOs you all have down there. So these are the things. We even talking about this bumps or humps to call it in the road. Now you are destroying my vehicle and other people's vehicle when you put bump here. Hire more people. Try to get more money. The government to try to do things to get more money, to hire more persons in government employment. When you hire more police, you spread them out, and we'll get more money, we'll get more tax. If the people that are not adhering to what the rules you make. So it's easy to handle this situation. Everybody wants, I want to work. Make work for them by even getting the money for themselves. If you block up the area, you could get money. Look at St. George's. People, yes, the families sending things for them from abroad because they know things are bad all over the world. But you cannot have them helter-skelter all about. You can't even pass. Today you see, you pass, tomorrow you can't pass. In fact, you even hear some policemen bawling that, or some people giving recommendations saying, when you want to cross the road, make eye contact with the drivers. Tell me something. You could see the drivers inside the vehicle when they tint the vehicle. How you gonna make eye contact? These are the stupid ideas some people give in. I don't know if it's police or whoever it is. They put them. Which means to say you have square pegs in wrong hole. That's what everybody giving ideas. Ideas cannot hold water.
All right.
We have to get people who are capable of doing the work.
Thank you for your contribution this morning, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning, and you're certainly making a lot of sense in terms of what you're saying. You certainly are. 435-2041. Maybe have time before we take another caller before we take our first break in this segment. Let's take this caller. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Doing okay.
I had a bad experience on the sidewalk Friday, and I would like the authorities to address it. If you want to smoke your weed, you take your money, you buy your weed, you smoke your weed, that's your choice. But if I have to pass on the sidewalk, you must not obstruct me. if you notice in Foodland Market Square,
sidewalk vendors,
the vendors take one side,
Mm-hmm.
the smokers take one side. So you have a tiny little place to pass. 3 young men on the sidewalk holding up the weed, and to me, they just wait for when people come in to blow the weed. I don't know if they want to make confrontation with you, or if they want to show off how the case may be. But people must have some respect and discipline. I would like the authority to put up some mark around the tongue area, no smoking area. If they want to smoke, they could go in the back and smoke the smoke. In front Foodland, in front of the bus terminal, they will go buy their beers and what, cross the road, and they pull up the sidewalk. When you come in, have a little place to pass. Sometimes you bag buzz them, some bunks them. Some of them show disrespect to you. The things they will tell you, shame for yourself. So please, authority, I'm begging all you, do something on the sidewalk. Ease up the sidewalk.
All right. Thanks for your contribution this morning, caller. 435-041. But we're going to take a break in this segment. When we come back, we take more of your calls with the contributions that you would like to make. We, of course, see one is calling, but we drew for a break. Let's take it. And when we come back, we take more of your phone calls.
I want to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it. Eliminate violence.
As GBN brings you coverage of this year's Hero CPL, there will be some adjustments to our programming lineup. On Wednesday, 31st August and Thursday, 1st September 2022, transitions will be aired at 5:05 p.m. GBN TV News will be at 6 p.m. and repeated right after this CPL match. Transitions will be rebroadcast after the GBN News repeat. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere with sports coverage.
Welcome back, one and all. Once again, especially those of you via GBN TV, those of you listening via K105, good morning. It's To The Point for Monday. Just a bit of a programming note for you. GBN brings you coverage of this year's Hero CPL, and there'll be some adjustment to our programming lined up. So as of Wednesday, the 31st of August to Thursday, the 1st of September 2022, transition will be at 5:05 p.m. GBN TV News will be from 6 p.m. and repeated nightly. That's after the CPL match. So transition will be rebroadcast after GBN News repeats. So take a note of that. All right. So GBN just wanted to let you know, and that's why for inconvenience cause. So that'll be everywhere to bring you that sports coverage. All right. We're getting set to take your phone calls. Let's go back to the phone line. Take our first caller in this segment. It's 25 minutes after the hour. Good morning and welcome.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. How are you?
Doing good, sir.
I trust that you had a nice weekend.
I certainly did.
And you're ready to go this week. Here it is, Mr. Telesford. Let me make this comment prior to getting into the meat of the matter. Earlier, a voice came in there making a complaint on some neighbors who he has found deliberately dumping refuse, debris in his property. Your suggestion to him at the end of the conversation is that he should consult the police and so on. And then when he suggested that your newsroom should send a team over to look at it, you saw no need in that. But there is a need. There we go, an elderly citizen, because I can tell by his voice, yeah, bad, making a complaint because he doesn't have that capacity, that technological capacity to pull out his cell phone and take a video and send it through the internet. He seemingly is not able to do that. So he calls on the public for assistance. We have two things here that cannot be overlooked. This man is suffering from people encroaching in his property. That's one. That's against the laws of the country. Depositing refuse, garbage, rubble on his property. Who knows what else? This is a public health hazard. So it is more than just simply saying, well, it's your property and so on and call the police. No. The news agents should send someone down there and have the matter highlighted. Because it's against the Waste Management Act to be depositing wherever, worse than people's property. So it is a matter that should be taken up and highlighted to the public and the relevant authority so this man can get some justice from the evil being perpetrated against him. I support him. Let's go to the meat of the matter quickly and let's move fast here. Hear this. Not a little more fast, or fast. Hear this, Mr. Telesford. I have a problem in this here country. I've sat back for 2 or 3 weeks and I've heard the government of Grenada say nothing to the people. You see, I want things to talk about. I want things to talk about. I need to talk because I can't do anything else. They say I do all and all of that. Well, give me a thing to talk about. But the government is saying nothing about what is happening in our country. And you know, I believe in the tenet of what is referred to as an informed citizenry. And that's not only because you have to learn. No, this is because the people of a country ought to know what is happening in their country. The previous administration came fairly regularly, but all they did was to lie to the people and bluff them. Now this one is saying nothing. I call upon the government and the agents to come out and talk to the people. For instance, we want clarity on this 500 letters that are supposedly circulatingly and allegedly circulated, should I say, about dismissals. We want to know about it and what you're doing about it. We want to know so that we too can talk, because we have a right to talk in this here country. So I'm throwing it out to you. No, I'm not against you. I want to know because I believe, just has been said from years, that nothing induces more negative speculation than lack of information. I want to be informed so I can talk with informed consent. I urge you, come out and tell us what's happening so that we can follow you and follow the issues related to the development of our country as we go along. Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford, and have a nice day, will you?
You too, have a good day, sir. Thank you for your contribution. 435-2041, 435-2041. It's Monday, the 29th of August. It's to the point. We're taking your calls this morning, so you're going live. Don't forget, I still ask that you try to keep your comment as short as possible and to the point in terms of what you have to say. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning to you.
Mr. Telesford, good morning, and how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Right. Mr. Telesford, going into St. George's has become a challenge for senior citizens. There's no place to walk. You know what? On Friday, I saw a gentleman put up something like an umbrella directly in front of Foodland and have clothes hang up selling from that thing that looked like a beach umbrella. And all along the street, from the time you come up from St. John's or St. Jules Street, is vendors. And there's no sidewalk. I mean, there's jagged edge in the road. vendors all over, vehicles passing. What is happening to senior citizens when they have to go into town to get a little medication, to buy the little food? I mean, we don't have no use in the world again. Everybody just bombarding us. If we try to say something, they're cussing us. Somebody have to look into that. We need some space in town to move about. And they have all the trays, old boxes, old tables, and I mean, what? The city has become perseverance. Somebody have to look, the police have to do something, or the ministry have to instruct, or the government have to instruct the policemen to do the job, to make it possible for senior citizens and people with wheelchair or with a cane to move around peacefully. Have a good day, Mr. Telesford.
You too have a good day, dear caller. Have yourself a lovely day. And you know, I hear this from time to time. And time to time it has happened where the police or the particular ministry will interject and said, well, the removal of vendors from the sidewalks and stuff. It has happened over the years. And then, you know, they lapse in it a little bit. Everybody comes back, can do it again. And I don't know, maybe a serious effort needs to be made in terms of having them to remove or probably set up a proper area where folks who need to do that vending, that particular form of vending, can have a proper place to vend, per se. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Think I may have not gotten them connected. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Fair enough. Thank you. I am 150% in agreement with the last caller. I identify with everything that she said. The sidewalk is for pedestrians who have to walk the way to where they are going. The sidewalk is cluttered with salespeople of all type and description, and they show no respect for the pedestrian. This should stop, and this is not something hard for the government to do. They don't find money to do it. Just apply the law and set the law meant to do their work. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. The second thing I want to say is this. I heard a parliamentary representative implicitly or explicitly too accusing the present government of victimization of workers and giving advice to this government. I think that parliamentary representative is ill-informed and still licking the wounds created with the election results on June 23rd this year. What I would tell that politician, there was a toilet and bathroom on the beach in Victoria, near to the fish market, that was demolished, and the government land added to the premises. We want our bathroom and toilet for male and female back on the Victoria beach. And I'm asking this government to take the necessary action to restore the bathroom and toilet that was stolen and taken away from the people of St. Mark's. We want it restored. And those who are responsible for breaking it and taking the government land, please bring them to justice. And the final thing I want to speak about is this. We have a nasty, intolerable noise syndrome in Grenada. Vehicles, both private and public, making all type of noise. Sometimes those noise vulgar and outrageous. I asking the government, whether it be for rum shop or party in Victoria, there are certain places in Victoria, right in the center of the little community they call Victoria. People cannot sleep because of rum shop noise. Okay? And the police does nothing. I'm asking the government to put an end to this noise syndrome. There is a Noise Control Act. Improve it and apply it. We want to live like human beings. Thank you.
For your contribution this morning, caller. Certainly do appreciate all that you said and this morning pertaining to most of the issues that you spoke about. They certainly are relevant. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line and say good morning to the caller. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Doing okay.
I've been listening to the program for a while. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, man. Well, I'm just calling to give my contribution.
Go right ahead.
As a fellow Grenadian, I'm not just speaking for myself, but I think I'm speaking for every farmer in Grenada. Every farmer. As you know that the past administration, last year, I've been doing agriculture for the last, devoted doing agriculture for the last 10 years. Resigned from my job and invested all my monies into agriculture. And within that 10-year period, I had the field officers coming on the farm. To be honest with you, within that 10 years, the only thing I received from the government was a bushing program. No, I'm not saying I have any problem with the bushing program. But when you cut bush, you just go back. And the funny thing about it is that I'm always saying about the past administration, and they're always boasting about how much hundreds of thousands of dollars they get to help farmers. But yet, by the end of the day, when the field officer come on my farm, I have to sign a paper for him to ensure that, or to prove that he come on the farm so he can get a salary. Now, coming to the point. Now, I firmly believe that if the government of Grenada, whether it's this one, really truly want to promote and do something for agriculture in Grenada, the only way they can do it, and listen to what I'm saying, the only way they can do it is to provide a service for every farmer who is in need individually. Because every farmer would not have the same need. What's about if I'm a farmer and I rain goats? I don't need the bushing program. But sometimes in that area dies where I need the help. What's about I have trees and they have blights? And I need the Ministry of Agriculture to help me provide or have the resources to help prune and to spray. You understand where I'm coming from? No, that is what I'm saying. I am saying that if the government truly want to help Grenadians and to help the farmers of Grenada, not everybody needs the bushing program as much as it is a good. You understand me? So they need to change the way they're doing things. Yes, they want to attack for climate change and all these things, but still they ain't hitting the nail on the head. Because when all this is said and done, you understand where I'm from? Especially in the community where I'm living, every year you have dogs passing in here, farmers who doing flocks, losing hundreds of goats. You understand where I'm coming from? These are the areas the government of Grenada need to take an interest and say, okay, where you need help? You come on your farm as a field officer, and they come with a paper, okay, where you need help on the farm? Well, I think we need proper road.
All right.
You understand where I'm coming from? Or you know what I need? I need a proper shed. You understand where I'm coming from? Or I need a water system.
All right.
You understand?
Take another 30 seconds and wrap up, caller.
Yeah, they're doing things wrong. You understand where I'm coming from? Just calling and to point it out to them. That if they truly want to make a difference in agriculture, this is the only way they can do it. You understand me? Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. 435-2041, 435-2041. We due for a break. Let's take a break in this segment. When we come back, we take more of your phone calls. It's To The Point for today, Monday.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take a
As GBN brings you coverage of this year's Hero CPL, there will be some adjustments to our programming lineup. On Wednesday, 31st August and Thursday, 1st September 2022, transitions will be aired at 5:05 p.m. GBN TV News will be at 6 p.m. and repeated right after the CPL match. Transitions will be rebroadcast after the GBN News repeat. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere with sports coverage.
Welcome back to the point for today, Monday, the 29th. Just about 2 more days before we wrap up this particular month of August. Get ready for the month of September. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller. How are you this morning?
Hello?
Good morning. You're live. Go right ahead with your contribution, please. Well, I guess that caller is not paying attention for a wee bit. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Get a caller on this morning. Caller, how are you? Good morning. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Mr. Telesford, I trust you can hear me because there seems to be a problem. But I beg your humble indulgence for 1 minute. I'll shoot immediately.
I will give you 30 seconds.
Something just was mentioned by 2 callers, well, stated and so on. Accessibility in the tongue of St. George, on the sidewalks. As a person with visual impairment, I've suffered over the past 10 years in this here country. Enough. I was off the road for some time because of this demonic virus, but I'm contemplating beginning to move in St. George's again to do my business, so that, I'm saddened to hear that place is in a mess still or again. I want to call on the chief of police and his subalterns. I think I should also call on the so-called Minister for National Security, because it's his ultimate duty to guarantee that the people of this here country, regardless of their status, have access to do what they want in the tongue of St. George. We used to pray before. We prayed recently, and we shall continue to pray. Move the people who are doing business on the sidewalks. They have no business there. Their business is in their businesses. They are violating the fundamental rights of the elderly people, the regular citizens, the elderly people, and more so, as established by international law, the rights of people with disabilities like me and those with only wheelchair. Things is a different thing because the sidewalk in a mess, no wheelchair can't run there. But I have a right to go where I want to go in this country, and no one should stop me. But they do, or they did, should I say, and I don't want it to happen again.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. Of course, I gave you 30 seconds and a little bit over because you already had a minute and a half segment previously. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number to get on live here on To The Point for today. Let's go back to the line. Good morning to you, caller. How are you? Good morning, caller. Good morning. Guess that caller. Oh, you lost that caller there. 435-2041, 435. It's To The Point for today. Let's go to the phone line and say good morning to the caller. Caller, good morning, and how are you? Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Caller, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm calling about the beach version with the sand mining.
Mm-hmm. What area is that?
Mostly on the west coast you're finding it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do something with the sand mine, and we have to be careful with what we're doing. One area in Bogus, we are the sea in about 50 feet already.
That's.
You're talking about the Sister Isle of Carriacou?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a bad erosion down there. That's on the Crixton end down there, and coming up to the village. The water is almost 50 feet inside of the land already, so that's something we should look at.
All right. Thank you for your contribution this morning, caller. 435-2041, 435-2041. We taking your calls. It's to the point. It's an open line for today, which means you have the option of calling in and stating your views and concerns. And I can beg of you, keep your points as short as possible, because we can get loads of other folks contributing in the morning time. Good morning to you, caller, and how
morning, DT. Are you hearing me now?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. Go right ahead.
Okay. Sorry for that initial attempt. The problem with our country is that Grenada have been ghettoized, particularly after 1983. Mm-hmm. You have been ghettoized. If you look at the market, and I've said that before, on your very entity, we have created ghettos all over Grenada, and then with the structural adjustment, we accentuated that. It's like everybody trying to to survive and so on. We're creating more disorder, so it is high time that we do something to help ourselves, to bring some kind of order, because that is very lacking. People generally believe they could do anything. They could poison their neighbor. I mean, too much nonsense is happening in this country, and I shudder for the children. The people who spray insecticide indiscriminately, as if it's a toy, as if it's perfume, enjoying the children. Years ago, I had literature. I'm sorry, I don't have it now. It was the Friends of the Earth England did some studies and found out that insecticides and pesticides affect the human being in a serious way, especially women. It affects the diaphragm. It reduces the size of the diaphragm. And we have people who just think that they could just spray. I know a number of people who have complained to me. I have my personal experience on a daily basis, morning, noon, and night. Mm-hmm. So we need to bring some order in this country. Not because you can buy a product in the shelf in a store or whatever. You can, just go and slow poison your neighbor. In terms of, and that's come to the point of what I really want to talk about this morning.
Go right ahead, caller. Be brief on it. The kind of
education we receive. Mm-hmm. Education should make us responsible, which we are irresponsible for most part. And then, when we are irresponsible, we blame other people for the lack of structure, the lack of civility, everything. So, as school about to reopen, I would ask ourselves, as I tried to do in the past, ask ourselves, what is the purpose of what we call education that we're trying to instill in our young ones? A few years ago, many years ago, I was in a school and I asked the children, why are they coming to school? And most of them put up their hand and said, sir, to get a job when I leave school. That should not be the main reason children go to school for. They should go to school to be better human beings and also full human participating citizens. I know that you will want me to finish now, so probably I'll continue in that being another day. Thank you, GT.
Thank you for your contribution this morning. We drew for a break. Let's take that break. When we come back, it should be our final break this morning, and we have approximately just about 10 more minutes or so left on this morning's program of To The Point. We're coming right back.
Solar lights are back in stock and
As GBN brings you coverage of this year's Hero CPL, there will be some adjustments to our programming lineup. On Wednesday, 31st August and Thursday, 1st September 2022, transitions will be aired at 5:05 p.m. GBN TV News will be at 6 p.m. and repeated right after the CPL match. Transitions will be rebroadcast after the GBN News repeat. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere with sports coverage.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
Taking all of that. Hey, welcome back to our television viewers this morning. Don't forget, as of Wednesday, the 31st of August and Thursday, the 1st of September 2022, transition will be held at from just around 5:05 p.m. GBN TV News will be at 6 p.m. and repeated right after the CPL match. Transition will be rebroadcast after GBN News. All right, so take a note of that. We got Hero CPL coming up as of Wednesday of this week. All right, 43520. That's 2041 435-2041. That's a number to get on the inside if you want to be part of To The Point. It's an open line for today, Monday, and we do have a caller. Let's go over and say good morning to the caller. Caller, how are you?
I'm fine, brother, man. I'm fine. You know, Mr. Rolo is a man that always, make my day,
Mm-hmm.
And, and what he says is right. I remember watching a documentary in a country in Africa. Black people always behave the same all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
They want to vend all over the place. And they ban sidewalk vending in that country. And everybody has to find themselves in the market and sell. When everybody gets themselves in the market and sell, then you don't have no problem. People want something to go to the market. All the vendors are there. Man, meet on the side of the road and somebody in the market, somebody on the side of the road. I'm sure all the vendors in the market would wish everybody come to the market. That's why they will get a better service there because everybody going to come there.
Mm-hmm.
Better system taking place there. You have to ban that. Literally ban sidewalk vending completely. And secondly, again, with the bushing program, right? They cut the grass, right? And then you have the trucks pick up the bushes and get rid of it. I don't know if they have a specific place for throwing that thing, but they seem to think, well, around my cow is the best place to go and throw it. I don't know if they have a real, and with the bushing stuff, with the grass, you have plastic bottle, plastic bag, and just name it on the side of the road. Everything is just thrown there.
Right.
And people who know me would know that I'm all about, nature. And I'm saying that, find someone who will throw that thing. Because it don't make sense to throw it in a pasture and after you break down, you have the plastic bottle, the plastic bags, and the cow going to eat around that. And in turn, you might ingest that, and then you go to the market and buy the same beef, and you ingest that same way too, and you go back to your system. And
so you think some kind of coordination is needed and where, the bushel cutting, probably there's a truck or something that's there to collect it at the same time. What do you think?
Well, there is machines that can shred it. There is.
But we're just talking about, the availability of things in Grenada. We talk about what could be done in the immediate. You understand?
Well, the person that get a contract at the final spot and put the stuff. You can't go and treat on what you call property that is not yours in the first place. So you get a contract to chow grass. You find your area. You have a property. You have a neighboring.
So maybe you say obtaining the contract. So those are questions that should be asked in terms of when you're going to get the contract. Do you have these facilities to of course dispose of whatever after the bushing is done if you're going to be taking a contract?
That's what I'm saying. So, see, what is our problem as black people? We always come with a good idea, but not with a complete plan to get it done. We do it halfway, and then we leave it like that. We need to do follow-ups and make sure it's done properly. Simple things, make sure it's done properly.
All right.
So in the long run, we get ahead of things. You don't keep going back and do things over and over because you can't get it right.
All right, caller.
Right the first time.
Thank you for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you want to be part of to the point this morning. And it's an open line, which means there's no specific topic we on this morning. Just open line, we talking. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Good morning to you. I agree with the last caller about the bush that is debushed. I think that in many cases, as a matter of fact, it comes from the same properties adjoining the road. And what is wrong about putting the bush right back there with the permission of the property owners? It's mulch. As a matter of fact, I think that another idea is that the contract should be awarded to folks who would not just pick up the bush and take it to perseverance. I mean, could you imagine bush living in Montrose or Lataston getting a ride all the way to town, putting the rubbish dump? I think they should give incentives to folks who would use that for mulch. They can sell, give people incentives to bring the necessary equipment. So when you get a contract to take the bush and to bring it somewhere where it can be used or transformed into something useful. Sometimes they leave it in the road and it stays there and grows there. I've seen cases where bush remains there for 1 month. On the matter of speed bumps, it just shows how backward we are as a country. Why can't we just put up speed limits and charge and ticket those who exceed the limit? Have you seen any speed limit signs anywhere on Grenada recently?
I can't say I have. I can't say that I have.
If it's 30, if it's 40, put up the signs. And people who violate it, charge them. Everyone doesn't have to be penalized and the vehicles destroyed. There is nowhere else in the world where we have that number of speed bumps per mile. It just shows that we are backward people. We don't follow the law, and we have to use those kind of measures to keep us in check. Please, authorities, let us see the speed limit signs around the island and ticket those who exceed those limits. On the matter of water splashing, I drive most of the time, but I walk a lot. And sometimes when I'm walking, I look for where the puddles are. And I ensure that once a vehicle is approaching, I get away from there. Because in many cases, the driver cannot see it long in advance. And sometimes, depending on if he meets another vehicle in the opposite direction, he has no choice but to go down into the puddle. But people stand there. Sometimes they even stand waiting near to the puddle of water. And when they get splashed, they quarrel. So I think that there's a responsibility on all of us concerned. If you are walking, you're a pedestrian, make sure that you are not close to one of those when a vehicle is approaching. And while at the same time, the drivers also take precaution. But many times, the person may not be focusing on it at the time. Sometimes they have no choice. Sometimes they just didn't see it. And I think we have to take responsibilities on all sides and don't be just irate when somebody wets you. And it's not nice when you get wet going to work or to school, but we have to take responsibility, all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. Maybe we have time to maybe take one or two more callers. It's 2 minutes moving out before the top 10 this morning. To the point for today, Monday, the 29th day of August. Folks, let's take a peek at some of the comments via the Facebook page this morning before we entertain another caller. Let me see if I could quickly go to some of the comments. Now, the past administration has brought this country in a state of arrogance, while some of those who was in government offices were enriching themselves, while some of the other people were suffering, in my opinion. However, we, the Grenadian people, Let me see if we get to extend on that. Come on, they would like answers to all of the mishandling of our taxpayers' monies. Investigation to the fullest. What's this other, of course, comment is, it's a long road ahead for this new government, but with the time adequate restoration, with the amendments to amend our island home, some of that sort. And let's take another caller before we wrap this morning. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I just trying to add to what Mr. Bonner said earlier. That is, in Calvini, I was coming to there yesterday. Book, suddenly, speed bump up here. No marking, nothing like that. So if you are custom driving there, and book up, all of a sudden you get a speed bump. What happened was you damage your vehicle, and it happened to me before, but this time, I was really observant, so I did see.
Right.
And anytime you place a speed bump, you should have a speed bump sign or marking, something. You don't put it down, and then after this, after 2-3 days, you do that.
Or maybe advance notice that a speed hump will be coming, per se.
Exactly. So I think if we have to move forward, we have to address those things. You live abroad, you come from New York, and you come down as a Grenadian. You're not accustomed to that. But it could cause accidents also. So I think we need to have, the government has to find a way to do these things. For instance, okay, I live abroad for a while. You have this situation where people speed, you put a speed camera there. It takes the number plate. So these are the things that government maybe have to do a study on and put these things instead of put it, because you have to bear in mind the cost of operating.
All right, caller, I want to thank you for your contribution. It's already time for us to wrap the show up this morning. Thank you for your contribution. Maybe another morning you can continue. And this is where I say thank you for all who have participated on To The Point for today, the callers who have called in and made their comments. So thank you so much. Those of you via social media, of course, especially the Facebook page, who are commenting there. I didn't get all of the comments in this morning, but I did read a few of them. I want to thank you so much. Join us again for another edition tomorrow here on K105 and GBN TV. Have yourself a great day, folks. Until we meet again tomorrow, have yourself a blessed day. What's left of it.